Alright, today's number 30, the 30th day of the study. You can see the bees have pretty much taken up all the food we put down yesterday. I'm going to give them another little treat today. I'm going to give them some of this honey. Now I'll just run a bead right across here. And let's see if these little ladies like this honey. It's always fun to give them a little treat, and you'll see them start bearding up there in a minute. It's like a watering trough. They'll start lining up on the trough. And you see the ones that are getting stuck in there, Mike? Mm-hmm. Don't worry about them drowning or anything like that, because the other bees will literally lift them out of that and then eat the honey off of them. You know, bees are real social animals. They're very, very social. They're you know, up in, over, out, over one another all the time. So what you're seeing here, when the bees gather like that, it's called bearding up. It's called bearding up. Inside, the bees ball up. They ball up to keep warm and to keep cool. And when you see them on the outside of the hive, that's really, if you see a beehive and it's got a bunch of bees on the outside of it, that's really a good sign. That shows you that the queen is viable. And the queen literally gives them a break and tells them, okay, you can go outside for a little while now. Everything's good in here. And occasionally, if the hive is too hot, like this bee on the end here, you can see him moving his wings. And the bees on the inside that are clinging like upside down, some of them, their job is to help to keep the hive cool. They'll stay there literally and just flap their wings. That's their job. They're helping with ventilation. I've seen that a couple times this week, or not this week, but in the past month, where we had 3 days that were over 100 degrees, 102, 103 degrees. And on those days, what I would do is I would lift the lid, and inside the lid, I would put a popsicle stick to give just a little bit more breeze through the hive. You don't want a continual flow through the hive, because to make the honey, the temperature inside that hive has to be 97 degrees. Literally, 97 degrees Fahrenheit, or the bees can't make honey. So, when you see the bees on the outside of it flapping their wings and stuff, they're regulating, they're helping to regulate the internal temperature of the inside of that hive. And to make the honey, which they're doing now, see, Mike, this time of year, we're in what's called the second honey flow. The bees essentially have already made the commercial honey for this year. It's called a flow. The honey flow takes place anywhere from late April to the first or second week of June. That's when the bees make their honey, April, May, and June. Okay, when all the plants and stuff are flowering in the spring. And you know, they make wildflower honey, they make tupelo honey, they'll make sourwood honey. Now, you'll have a second bloom that starts around the second week of August, where you have ragweed and hollyberry and some of the other deciduous trees have a second bloom. You know, like if you look down through here, you can see like Rose of Sharon, it's blooming now. The tea berries, see down there, you see the Rose of Sharon bushes out in there, the purple ones? Those have a bloom now. Ragweed over here, see the ragweed up in there? Yeah. There's ragweed there. Now, if you watch the hive here and you watch a couple of these bees come in and their pollen sacs are full of that, it'll look like a heavy yellow colored pollen. Well, they're getting that right from over there, and the goldenrod. The goldenrod is, of course, you know, yellow. It has yellow buds. So the goldenrod has it blooms now. So they're taking that kind of stuff in. If you see them land, and occasionally you'll see them pull in on the landing pad there. Some of them will have, their pollen sacs will be full. But what those bees are doing now is they're taking up that honey. And you can hear them buzzing. There's one stuck in there. I'm going to try to get it out. I don't like to see them get stuck because, see this one here? Oh, he got stuck in that honey? Let me lift him out of there. And get him turned around, get him upside down, right side up, because they breathe, underneath their wings is where the air sacs are. They don't have lungs as such. They have air sacs, and that's how they breathe. So if they get in like water or something and their wings get wet, well, the air sacs fill up and they suffocate. And it doesn't take a bee long to suffocate, so. Yeah. Yeah, they'll do that. Well, see how they're dark?
Yeah.
Those are the drones. See the darker ones? Yeah, the darker bees that you see, those are the drones. The yellow colored ones, the more yellow colored ones, those are the lady bees. Those are the girl bees. Those are the bees that make the honey. And the dark ones, like up there on the top,
Look like yellow jackets.
yeah, it looks like a yellow jacket. That one right there?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's actually one of our drones. But he looks like he looks like a yellow jacket. That's one of our drones. And that one up in that left-hand corner, that's a brother.
I mean the one on the landing pad
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, I see it. They'll chase it away. The soldiers, watch. The soldiers will come and chase it away. Yeah. Yellow jacket. The bees will come and chase. Watch, they'll chase it away. See, there's soldier bees. Watch, they'll chase it away. That's cool to watch. With the Melipona have soldier bees that guard the entrance. And there's soldier bees here too guarding this entrance, believe it or not. And their job is to, keep those other bees away. They all look like they're pretty busy right now eating, so they're really not concerned with that rogue, with that scavenger. But don't worry, you'll see the bees will come and chase them away. They'll chase it away. You saw earlier, there looked like there was a little fight going on. It's fun to sit here and watch them. They will chase that bee away. See, you can get rogue bees. We had hornets over in the side of the house, and there's a hornet right there. Do you see it? That blue one? Yeah, the blue hornet. Well, I had a hive of them. They were building up underneath the eaves there, and they were attacking this hive. So I had to get rid of them. I had to spray them. I sprayed them, killed their hive. But you'll see these ones here. They'll drop down here for a little while, and in 4 or 5 minutes they'll come back up on there and start eating the honey again. Now if you come out like in an hour and see how it looks wet there now,
Yeah.
that'll all be gone. That'll all be gone. Yeah, they'll take that up inside the hive and deposit that. Then they'll come and get some water, and they'll mix the water with some of that honey to make royal jelly and to make what's called bee bread. If they land on you, just all you got to do is don't hit them like that. Brush them right off. They'll generally just fly away. That one landed on me. It had honey on it. Yeah, but generally this is how I spend my days. I'll come out and film them in the morning, and if I feed them in the morning, I'll do a video of feeding them, and then come out in the evening like this. Today I give them a little treat because they did do real good and eat that bee's food. That hornet's over here in this little tree now. See, certain species of these bees, you know, like the mud wasps and stuff,
Yeah.
they're cannibalistic. They're cannibals. They're meat eaters. So you won't see them coming around the hive to try to get honey. You'll see the bumblebee. You know what a bumblebee is? That big fat looks like
Yeah.
three-foot hornets.
Yeah.
Bumblebee. Well, that's you'll see them coming around because they're pollinators. They eat pollen. But like the mud wasp and stuff like that, they're meat eaters. They'll they go after larvae and stuff like that. But they will attack a hive, and they'll go into a hive maybe like 300 of those. If those wasps that were over there,
Yeah.
if I would have let them go, they could kill my entire hive in less than an hour. 200 or 300 of them would invade this, and they go inside the hive and eat all the larvae. That's it. I'm done. These bees are done. Unless you, unless that bee, unless that queen keeps producing offspring, that hive won't survive. This hive will die because you need the offspring. That's why it's always important, especially this time of year. Okay, I was telling you about the honey flow. The second honey flow, beekeepers should never take that honey because that's the honey that the bees are going to need to live and
For the
eat
winter.
over the winter. And generally, in a brood box of that size, they will make about 60 pounds of honey. That's about what an average hive that's got about, say 60, 70,000 bees in it, and that's about 6 pounds of bees. Each bee, each pound of bees, each 10,000 bees weighs about a pound, so to speak. So they're going to need, about 60 pounds of honey to get them through the winter. So this honey that's inside there now and that the bees are making as a result of this second flow, the beekeeper shouldn't take that honey. In the first place, you wouldn't want to take it because it's not the good pollen. The pollen that's being put out there now, like ragweed, it stinks. You can actually smell. It smells different than say sourwood or wildflowers. It actually stinks, and it doesn't taste as good. It tastes like I don't know, like a burnt potato chip, so to speak. That would be the difference from a good potato chip to a burnt potato chip. And you can tell the difference in the flavor and texture and the smell of the honey based on the type of pollen that's being used to make it. See, they've got that stuff just about the bulk of it all eaten up. And they've taken it inside. And these little guys that are down on the ground, there's what, 2 or 3 of them. They'll be back up on there in a minute. But
Yellow jacket's back.
yeah, I see them. But it's okay to see those bees beard up. You can see a lot of them. They're already full. Yesterday, Joy got some really good video of one. You could see its tongue coming down and just sat there and just with its tongue just keep slurping up that nectar. It's fun to watch this. It's not the most exciting hobby. It's not like road racing or anything like that. This is pretty quiet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a pretty quiet hobby. It's like sitting around and watch each other grow. Yeah. Or watch the grass grow.
That's it.
Yeah. But yeah, it's interesting to watch them. Some of these videos turned out really, really nice. They did. That one bee on the corner there, it's all covered in that honey. The bees will come and it'll just stop, and the bees will come and eat all that honey off and clean them up. It'll be spotless. It'll be spotless. The bees will come, they'll get all that honey off of that bee. It's amazing how they work together like that. And you wonder why humans can't be that way. We'll see what these bees will. That one there just dropped out. It'd be Halloween pretty soon. Another month. Huh? October.
Yeah.
September, October. That's my favorite holiday.
Oh,
Yeah, it's nice and cool. You get to dress up and act goofy. Okay.